Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. Before I jump into the charts, I just want to mention that on Tuesday, wickedstocks.com did put out another stock pick twice a week. This on Affirm Holdings. You might want to check that out. Approaching a very significant pivot point that has longer term implications in the order of a 50% return if we get the signal that we're looking for. Anyway, I'll let you check that out. You get 5 days free trial. You can see it for free by going to wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts just to remind you that it was a settlement about a week ago above the 143.71 former high settlement price that set up 157.21 as a, at the time I mentioned possibly 3 to 5 days. I also mentioned 1 to 2 weeks. So we're about halfway into that 1 to 2 week period. It's still anticipating 157.21. In terms of downside support, you'll see I've got 143.45 today, and that is nothing more than kind of a short-term 3-4 day channel bottom. Slips just below 143.71 can contain today's selling pressures, and yes, above which between now and the end of next week, I suspect 157.21 is likely. Yeah, and there's really not a whole lot to hang your hat on upside beyond that. We've got 150.58, that could snag buying pressures for the balance of the day perhaps. But if we do close today above 148.88, which is the high settlement price from about 4 days ago, what is that, Thursday of last week, then this is a 2 to 3, 3 to 5 day objective. So 148.88 still is a relevant resistance area below which we can fall to 143.45 today. That is your two-sided ping pong, so to speak, for the day itself. Buying 143.45 in anticipation perhaps of 148.88. And if we happen to push or open above 148.88, I see no good reason to play the short side in NVIDIA. I mean, I do see 157.21 then likely within 3 to 5 days. But even on a day trade basis, I'm not comfortable selling anything up here. Certainly, if we close today above 148.88, we should see, as I say, within 3 to 5 days or less, 157.21. 157.21 on the daily chart. You can see it here as well. Can contain buying through the rest of November into December. It just might contain a good high through the rest of the year. On the weekly chart, it comes in at 161.53, and following a testing of 157.21, this market then susceptible within 1 to 2 months of easing back into this some variation of this 114.81 to 117.31 longer term channel support. In terms of clarifying the downside though, and I'll just jump the gun here, that would be a settlement above 135.81. And in terms of anticipating 135.81, I don't expect to see that unless we either A, close below 143.45, then it's a realistic 3 to 5 day target, or we could test 135.81 after, within about, 2 to 3 weeks perhaps of testing this 157.21 channel top. So if you're a 2 to 3 week swing trader, we're kind of in no man's land right now in terms of setting a position. You may be long already, taking profits at 157.21, playing the short side at 157.21, then anticipation of bearish rotation back to the 135.81 formation. Now this will be a slightly different number. It'll probably be more in the upper 130s by that point in time, but that is the dynamic as we move into December trade. And if we were to then close below 135.81, you set up for a 2 to 3, 3 to 5 week sell signal into the 114.89 to 117.31 region. But as I mentioned earlier, as we're testing 157.21, you can play the possibility of falling into the 110s, 120s over the following 1 to 2 months, as this 114.89 to 117.31 region would be attainable and then expected with a settlement below 135.81. So 143.45, solid day trade support, but if we close below it, expect 135.81 within 3 to 5 days. That is a solid 3 to 5 day swing trade to the downside. Until then, you can bottom pick 143.45 as a 3 to 5 day opportunity because it correlates well with not that, but this 143.71, a former high that was put out in October. Upside, once again, if we close today above 148.88, our targeted 157.21 is likely within 3 to 5 days. That is really the beginning of this this kind of wide yet gradually narrowing and rising range of longer-term resistance up to 170.93. On the weekly chart, it looks a little bit more sensible between 160.153 and 170.14. They converge in late December. This area can absorb buying through the first quarter, and we can fall away from here for not only several weeks, but even several months. And I don't expect 170.14 unless we close above 160.153, but they are becoming a range of sellable resistance. Is there anything else for me to say today? I don't think so. If we close today below 143.45, 3 to 5 day swing traders play the short side down to 135.81. Where profits can be taken, 3 to 5 day swing traders can reverse and go long, as can 2 to 3 week traders can go long back up into what I consider to be meaningful resistance presently in the upper 150s. Is there anything else to say? I have fleshed it all out. Please click like, share, subscribe, check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of that 5-day free trial. You get daily Triple Q, daily SPY, weekly Apple stock, etc., etc. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be back tomorrow with Thursday's NVIDIA, and you have a great day.